Throw away everything you know about habits and put it aside. My name is Louis, and over the past year I've helped hundreds of people completely transform their lives by overcoming their bad habits. I get asked about the topic of procrastination all the time, especially since it's something we all go through. After working with tons of students and producing fantastic results, I decided to put my top 3 most successful strategies into one video, so you don't have to waste your time watching countless other videos without seeing results. So I'm pretty sure you'll have already come across things like making to-do lists, productivity apps, or timers, but those are only temporary solutions to permanent problems. Let me tell you about an exact strategy I used with one of my coaching clients, Michael, but more on this later. The name of this strategy is the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is simple. If a task takes 2 minutes or less to complete, do it immediately. It sounds simple enough, right? But here's why this method is an absolute game changer. Firstly, it just helps you start, because often the hardest part of any task is just getting started. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, then applying this rule is a surefire method to get started easily and get the little tasks out of the way. Secondly, it stops those small menial tasks compounding and seeming a lot bigger collectively than they are on their own. When the little tasks add up, it can play on your mind and stop you from doing what's actually important, but the 2-minute rule stops that from happening. Lastly, once you get small tasks out of the way using the 2-minute rule, you can actually carry this momentum into other things that you need to get done that day. Because after all, once you get started, it becomes much easier to tackle these bigger tasks. Once you start applying this rule from day to day, productivity will just become second nature for you, and this will have such a huge knock-on effect for all areas of your life. So the reason why I know this strategy works so well is because I've applied it previously with one of my coaching clients, and the transformation was absolutely phenomenal. So this is Michael. Previously in his life, he would get home after a long day at work and just completely neglect all the little tasks that needed to be done. For example, putting his shoes away, getting changed, and even taking a shower. This would result in him drowning in a sea of small chores. He was then forced into a state of procrastination, which meant he got nothing else done that evening. This would result in him literally drowning in a sea of small chores. He was then forced into a state of procrastination, which meant he got nothing else done that evening. But after he applied the strategy, he took ownership of all those little small tasks with ease, and his evenings looked exponentially different. He finally stopped the little things from getting on top of him and took back control of his habits. The beauty of the 2-minute rule is that it can be applied to almost any area of your life. Responding to a quick email, washing a few dishes, folding a piece of laundry, or even just making your bed in the morning. These are all tasks that take less than 2 minutes but can have a big impact on your overall productivity and mindset. Speaking on mindset, this second method is not necessarily a rule, but more of a mentality shift. I'll be discussing delayed gratification and how it can significantly boost your productivity and focus. Delaying gratification involves saving rewards until you've completed what you need to do. This strategy helps to rewire your brain to prioritize important tasks over immediate pleasures. Imagine achieving your goals with greater ease and satisfaction. It's not just about hard work. Delaying gratification means saving rewards until after you've completed what you needed to do. This strategy rewires your brain to prioritize tasks over immediate pleasures. Here's how it works. Let's say you crave a tempting reward like a snack or social media break. Instead of indulging right away, you set it aside until you finish your task. When you can consistently delay gratification like this, your brain actually starts associating work with rewards. This strengthens your discipline to the point where you'll actually find yourself looking forward to hard work. Discipline will only get you so far, and excessively forcing yourself to do work that you're actively avoiding is pointless and will eventually lead to burnout. What I'm saying is, playing against your brain is like playing a losing game, which is why the best thing that you can do is work alongside your brain and constantly set rewards for each task. This will consistently keep you motivated and ready to tackle bigger tasks throughout the day, as well as setting immediate rewards for yourself. Delaying gratification also means that you can see the long-term benefits of what you're actually doing. For example, putting yourself through the hard work and the pain of the gym consistently now will result in the gratification of your dream body in the future. One of my students' success stories actually involves implementing this strategy. Jack, right here, previously experienced a lot of struggle working on his business during the evening due to the temptation of things like Netflix and YouTube. But after he saved those things until after he'd done some good work, he actually found the work enjoyable, and he felt good about himself because he knew that he'd earned watching Netflix as a treat. Not only did this make him happier and more productive, he actually managed to double his revenue of his business over the next month. If you're facing similar issues and are ready to implement this method today, then I've prepared a free guide that can help you assign rewards for each task throughout the day. You can find this link in the description below. Moving on to the third and final method, let's talk about removing distractions altogether. You probably expected to hear the name of some fancy technique or some sort of secret hack, but no. After helping so many people with procrastination, I discovered that no matter how disciplined you are, having so many distractions around your workplace will only ever result in you eventually losing focus. focus, which is why this next method is so effective for getting things done. Just think about it. Your phone buzzing with notifications, a cluttered desk with papers and unfinished tasks, social media just a click away. How do you possibly expect to get any work done with all these temptations within arm's reach? If you're guilty of this, then you came to the right place, and I'm going to show you exactly how to remove your distractions. Firstly, start by coming up with what I call a deep work HQ. This is somewhere away from your usual spots, like your bed or the sofa, where you would normally chill out or relax. This space will be where you sit when you want to crack on with an important task. For example, a deep work HQ could be a desk or even just a chair at the dining table. It's important to make it somewhere that promotes good posture. The reason it's so important to come up with a deep work HQ is because if you try to work in your usual spots, your brain will associate these spaces with the habits that usually happen there. For example, scrolling on social media or watching TV. This will make it impossible to get anything done. Clear your workspace of any unnecessary clutter and only keep the essentials for the task at hand. A tidy workspace helps you clear your mind and stay focused on what's important. The goal here is to make your environment so plain that the only thing that demands your attention is the task at hand. Put known distractions like your phone or the TV remote in a separate room, completely eliminating them from the equation. Lastly, establish designated times to check emails, messages, or social media, ensuring that they don't disrupt your workflow. By controlling when you engage with these distractions, you maintain focus on your primary tasks without constant interruptions. I'm sure we're all guilty of this. You take a quick glance at the time on your phone, only to notice a missed call from an old friend. What was meant to be a brief check has now turned into a 30-minute phone conversation. As a rule of thumb, try working in 45-minute bursts and then have a 5 to 10-minute break. This will get you into an optimal workflow state. And that wraps up this video on my 3 most powerful methods of beating procrastination and boosting productivity. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and if this video has helped you, then you should definitely check out my free school community where there's more in-depth courses on beating procrastination and productivity, and you can also connect with others on a similar journey to yourself. And if you are interested in one-to-one coaching with me and to have a blueprint tailored completely to your needs and current situation, then you can book in a call with me. All the links are in the description. See you in the next video.